Thank you for attending today's class. Today, we're going to be talking about, this is the Free Tuesday trainings. Today, we're going to be talking about calendaring. It goes along with the recipe for social media success, which I'll be doing an extra one of those on Thursday if you've missed it. And it will be put up on YouTube as well. But let's get going with this. I want to get everything going and we'll get it done as quickly as we can. So let me get started with the class. I'm just pulling it up here and get it going. Here we go. So calendaring can actually help your business really do some great things. And so that's what I want everyone to know today. We're going to be, this is where we should be. So it's all about the social media can be made easy with calendaring. And for some reason, an extra slide got thrown into this, but we're going to get going with this. So one of the big things, though, is people keep saying, well, why most people, most people find that social media is hard. They say, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say it or what to say next. I don't have social media tools that I need. What tools do I need? And, they need training, they want skills, and they just find it very hard. In fact, keeping up with content can be tough with your social media, but it doesn't have to be. And then the big question is when, where, how often? The big question I get all the time is, I've posted 15 pieces of content already. What should I do next? Now, of course, the recipe for social media success, it does answer that quite well. I mean, there's 36 different things on here that's going to help you so that you can do social media better and you'll have an idea. But I wanted to go through what is the easiest way of doing it. And I'm going to take these things and we're going to put them into a calendar, but it doesn't have to be just these things. And you can have multiples of these things. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get a calendar. And I always get a blank calendar to start with. This makes it really easy because then I can fill in these squares, but it could be a monthly calendar with dates in there, and that's okay. You just simply have to fill it in. Now, the first thing you do is you fill it in. Here, I'm using from the recipe for social media success. I'm going to put inspirational on the first day. I'm going to put educational on the second day. I'm going to put promotional on the third day. So that's Wednesday. Conversational on Thursday. I'm going to put recreational on Friday, and on Saturday, I'm going to talk about entrepreneurial. And so those are the 6 categories that were in that. But here's how we're going to handle it. So the first thing you do is you just simply take and say, okay, if I'm going to have this as my what I'm going to do all month long, then I can just fill it in from the inspirational information. And there was 6 different things that you could put in there. Well, here's 5 of them. Actually, I think there was 7 in that one. But it gives you an opportunity to put a bunch of them into it. Okay. And then you can do the same thing with your educational. And so now you know exactly what you're going to be talking about every single day. Now, some things that you might want to do differently. And this is one of the big things that I tell people about is maybe you're posting on your website a blog or something like that. Now you'll see blog post is down here on the 26th. But if you're doing a blog post every week or every 2 weeks, make this more often. Or I usually do it once a week, even if I'm only putting a new blog post up once a month. And what I do is I take that blog post, I divide it up. So I've got the headline, but then I put some subheadings in it. And I usually put 3, occasionally 4 subheadings. And when I do that, it allows me to highlight each one of those subheadings as promoting the blog post. And so I can put that in all days of the week. Now, promotional doesn't have to be just that. And so I, a lot of times, have blog post promotion as one of my days of the week. And I might take and change out one of them, or I might alternate where I'm putting it. It's up to you, but I'm going to tell you a story about how I figured out this really easily. So when my wife and I had younger kids, we had 3 boys and then we had 3 girls. Well, when the 3 boys got to be teenagers, we assigned them a day a week to make dinner. And so one of them had Tuesday, another one had Wednesday, another one had Thursday. And so of the boys, though, here's what happened. Because we didn't have any structure to it, they would just at 5:30, 5:40, and the dinner's supposed to be on the table at 6 o'clock, they'd be rummaging through the pantry to see what they could get that they could quickly make. Well, after a few months of eating chili and stew out of the can and soups, and they even had one of them liked to have macaroni and cheese out of the box every week, and that's all he would ever make. Well, we got tired of this, Linda and I, and we knew that wasn't a good nutritional thing. So what we did was we sat down with a calendar and with the boys, and we came up with a calendar of what they would make. Well, once we put that down, they knew that they could do things. Now, we put things on there like they could do, we had hot dogs with chili on them. We had mashed potatoes that had a sauce on it that they could get in it. And we made it so that it wasn't really hard, but it also made it so that we always had the ingredients for it in the kitchen. And the boys learned to cook this way. They actually could cook some things. And it became easier for them to be able to know what they wanted, what we wanted them to make. And they didn't have to make that decision. It's the same thing with doing social media posting. If you decide you're going to do 6 days a week like this, then great. Do that and then put down what you're going to be doing. Now, it doesn't always have to be that, Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. There is some advantages to it. So like, they call Thursday Throwback Thursday. Well, okay, that could work really well for something conversational. It could be something fun. It could be all kinds of things. And so you can decide what you want to put on each one of these days. I liked recreational on Friday because it kind of got me ready and into the idea it's going to be a weekend tomorrow. And so I did that. Now, of course, I have Throwback on the 14th. I don't follow this schedule myself. I have created my own schedule and have put it up. But it makes it so that it's easy for me to know exactly what I'm going to do. And it works. Because then when I sit down on Fridays and write everything for next week. And in an hour and 15 minutes, occasionally an hour and a half, because I couldn't find the right image that I needed, I would then be able to pump them out. And that included doing some videos with them. And so you can do those too. Now, I find that the videos, of course, take a little more time than the images, but that's okay. So I really spend about 2 hours a week now doing all of next week's posts. And, it's finding the images, it's creating them, it's doing the videos, if I'm doing videos, or on which one I'm doing the videos, but I know exactly what I need to do so I can promote it accordingly. When I have webinars, I a lot of times will put those on 2 and 3 times during the week and not just have them one day a month. It would be 2 or 3 times a week for the week that the webinars are going to be held. And this really works well. Okay, so anyway, you can utilize any of these. The idea with Recipe for Social Media Success is it does give you 36 different types of posts that you can put on your social media. Doesn't always have to be long. They can be funny. They can be easy. Now, I had someone the other day said, oh, you should never put anything that's personal on there. And I had to tell them, no, that's wrong. You should be putting some things that are personal. Well, you don't put your son's birthday party on there. No, that's for your personal social media. But if you have a message you can take from it and use it as something, maybe they were doing pin the tail on the donkey. Well, maybe you then make it something that you can teach from, then it is appropriate. Put your son's birthday party on there talking about, sometimes it's like this. It's trying to find a new customer is like being blindfolded, spun around, and you're trying to find the right spot, the right area. Well, now you're teaching something, and that's appropriate. Now, you should also put some things on there about you and your employees. And we talk a bit about that with the recipe, but it really is important to put some personalized things up there. Let people know what your hobbies are, what you like to do, what you don't like to do, what you like to eat. These are things that will endear others to you and you to them. So go ahead and do that. One of the others that I really, really am excited about for my customers when they do this is I have 3 levels of quotes that I put out there. I have quotes by just anybody. So that's, Elon Musk, it's Benjamin Franklin, it's Aristotle, it could be Mariah Carey from a song, Faith Hill. It doesn't matter. It's something that is inspirational that is from one of those people. The second type of quote is from someone in your industry, not you, but someone else. And a lot of times if you go to an industry association page, you'll find some of those quotes. Utilize them, put those up and give them credit for it, because those are great ones, but it helps build your industry as well as it shows that you are part of that industry. And the last quote is yours. And you see that on on day 3, actually, quotes yours. I have put some of my own quotes up there, and some of those quotes have now gone national, and I have actually had some big name people who have used some of my quotes. I had one about education, another one about internet reviews. I've had one about posting regularly. So all of those can be suddenly used by other people, and they'll put them, if it's the right quote, you'll start seeing other people quoting you on it, and they will give you credit for it. And that's a cool thing. One of the things I do recommend, and I did mention this in the recipe for social media success, is when you put something up on here, other than videos, you want to have an image and put some words on that image. I did a trial one time. I took a picture at a concert and I put just the concert picture up there, and I had a few people who noticed it. But I then put on there something that said it took us 10 years to become an overnight success. Hard work isn't an overnight success. And I had hundreds and hundreds of people who followed that one because it said a message in the image itself. And I've actually seen that image show up in other places, and they're giving me credit for it because it says it's Boyd Peterson on it. And that's the cool thing. Always utilize whatever you do, put your name to it if it's appropriate. If you're using someone else's, put their name on it. It's okay, because if you're giving other people the credit, it shows your prospects that you don't mind acknowledging that there are others out there that are experts that you may follow, but they also know that you will take care of them because you are legitimate in giving the praise to whom it belongs. Well, that's my lesson for today. It's not as long as some of the others I've done in the past. I hope this works for you. And I hope you have a good week. Let me close out of this and stop sharing. There we go. I hope that this has been helpful. It goes along with my calendar for social media, or my recipe for social media success. I was going to be starting the social media posting challenge that I usually do twice a year. And I've had so many people say that they're just getting so busy already, and they're a little nervous about the recession that may be coming. They don't know what to do. So I've been asked to hold off until January. So the second or third week of January, I will start that, and you'll be able to get into it. So watch for that. If you want more information about it, joining it or such, simply send me an email message at info@bpmedia.com. That's bigpicturemedia.com. So bpmedia.com. Thank you for being with me today, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday season as it's now approaching, with our first holiday being, of course, Halloween, and then we have Thanksgiving and other things. Thank you.